And here I was thinking about picture making again, but I grew up in Vancouver, BC in Canada, where just being in the city, you're aware of Native American art. It's everywhere. There are totem poles outside of museums and inside of museums, and part of what I really love are a lot of screen prints that they make that kind of take the traditional imagery and put it into a more Western pictorial format. But I started to think, when I lived in New York for 12 years, and then I lived in New Haven for 12 years before moving here. And when I moved from New York to kind of a suburban neighborhood outside of New Haven, I realized that people understand property in a pictorial way. And that property, the edges of property are a kind of boundary related to picture making. And then I started to think about totem poles and the form that's often used in Northwest art, where there's a kind of eye shape that orchestrates the totemic images on top of each other, and that the eye shape is literally a depiction of the edges of the eye, where we, for our picture making, are using the edges of paper, rectangles of paper or canvas, which quote architecture or windows. So it seemed to me like a really different kind of picture making that's being used there. So in the Aldrich piece, I was thinking about that a little bit. And also, I've been thinking a lot lately about the relative autonomy of different kinds of art, that my work has kind of become less autonomous. It's dependent on particular forms of exhibition. I mean, if this piece you're looking at, if you stumbled on that kind of in the back alley, you might not look at it twice. It doesn't hold together without the frame of a kind of clean architectural space around it. Totem poles, on the other hand, they kind of can exist, in the woods, kind of by themselves, and they have an autonomy to them. So I feel a certain kind of sense of loss in my work, that it isn't autonomous. On the other hand, it's enabled me to do incredible things, and to knit what I do and ask questions about the relationship between entities.